Good morning. As the first light of day stretches across the frosty fields, there's a familiar sense of excitement in the air, a feeling that only winter's approach can bring. Every year, as the days grow shorter and the chill sets in, the winter forecast becomes the talk of the town. From bustling coffee shops to quiet family kitchens, everyone wants to know, what will the season bring? And at the heart of these conversations, the Farmer's Almanac stands as a trusted guide, sparking curiosity and debate. This isn't just another weather app or a fleeting online update, it's a 200-year-old tradition, a publication that's been passed down through generations. For centuries, families have turned its pages, relying on its bold, long-range predictions to help them prepare for whatever winter might have in store. The Almanac's annual winter outlook is more than just a forecast, it's a cultural event. It connects us to a time when people watched the sky, studied animal behavior, and read nature's subtle signs to plan their lives. Today, it's a bridge between the wisdom of the past and the uncertainty of the future. Even in our high-tech age of instant updates and digital alerts, millions still look to the Almanac's pages for a glimpse of what's coming. It's a ritual, gathering around the table, flipping through predictions, and sharing hopes and worries for the months ahead. Whether you're a farmer planning your crops, a parent hoping for snow days, or simply someone who loves the magic of the changing seasons, the Almanac's forecast sparks anticipation, conversation, and a sense of community. Behind the scenes, the Almanac's editors take their role seriously. They use a secret formula, carefully guarded and passed down for generations, blending science, tradition, and a touch of mystery to craft their predictions. Now, as we stand on August 24th, 2025, with the first hints of autumn in the air, it's time to open this trusted old friend once again and see what it has to say about the winter ahead. Get ready. This winter could be one for the books. The predictions are bold, the possibilities endless, and the excitement is just beginning. Let's see what's in store and discover together what the season might bring. So, what's the big picture for this winter? The Farmer's Almanac says, expect dramatic swings and wild weather. The theme is Brrr is back, a return to harsh, old-school winter conditions. Some regions will shiver in a deep freeze, while others face milder, wetter weather. It's a winter of contrasts. Your experience will depend on where you live. Cold Arctic air will clash with warmer, moist air from the south, setting the stage for major storms. Expect snow, sleet, and freezing rain to hit different parts of the country. Conditions could change rapidly, so flexibility and preparation are key. The message, expect the unexpected. Whether you love snow or dread the cold, winter will make its presence felt. Let's break down where the cold will hit hardest. Let's talk about the real cold. The Farmer's Almanac targets the northern plains, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, and Montana, for the most intense, persistent chill. Arctic blasts will send temperatures well below zero, with biting winds making it feel even colder. This deep freeze will spread east, gripping the Great Lakes and New England. Expect below normal temperatures from Wisconsin to Maine, with classic old-fashioned winter conditions. January looks especially brutal, with a major Arctic outbreak in the second week. Cities like Minneapolis, Chicago, and Boston should brace for a tough post-holiday stretch. This persistent cold will drive many of the season's biggest storms. When frigid air meets southern moisture, big snowfalls are likely. From the Dakotas to Maine, get ready to shiver. Now for the snow. The Farmer's Almanac predicts above-average snowfall in several regions. New England tops the list. Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine can expect plenty of snow and several major storms. The Great Lakes region will see classic lake-effect snow, with cities like Buffalo and Cleveland bracing for big accumulations. The Pacific Northwest Mountains, Cascades, and Northern Rockies are in for a deep snowpack, great for water supplies and ski season. Even the Mid-Atlantic, including DC and Philadelphia, could see significant snow, especially later in the season. A major coastal storm in late February or early March could bring heavy, wet snow to the region. Don't put away your shovels too soon. Surprises are likely. Many will be dreaming of a white Christmas, and maybe a white February too. Let's look at the regional breakdown. Starting in the Northeast, New England is in for a cold, snowy winter, with classic scenes of snow-draped towns and frosty mornings. The region is no stranger to harsh winters, and this year looks to be no exception, especially for those living in Vermont, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. Residents should prepare for frequent snowfalls and icy conditions, making travel and daily routines a bit more challenging. However, as we move west into New York and Pennsylvania, the story shifts. These areas may see below normal precipitation overall, with more dry days than usual. While snow will still fall, it may not pile up as quickly or as often as in New England, leading to stretches of brown fields and only occasional dustings of white. But don't let the quieter stretches fool you. When storms do hit, they'll be potent, bringing heavy snow, strong winds, and even the risk of blizzard conditions that can quickly change the landscape overnight. Between these intense storms, expect longer dry spells, with cold, crisp air and bare trees dominating the scenery. These breaks can lull you into a sense of calm, but winter is never far away. The heaviest snow and coldest temperatures are forecast for January and February, so the heart of winter will pack the biggest punch. This is when snowbanks grow tall, and the air feels especially biting. Early winter may start off slow, with only light snow and chilly rain, but don't be fooled. By late winter, deep snowbanks and frigid mornings will remind everyone just how powerful the season can be. The storm track will be key. If it lines up just right, the region could see several big snowfalls in quick succession, making for memorable winter scenes and challenging commutes. If the storm track shifts though, expect more cold, dry weather, with clear skies and frozen landscapes dominating the view. Moving to the Atlantic corridor stretching from DC through New Jersey, the theme is milder and drier, but that doesn't mean it's snow-free. Residents here can expect more variability, with some stretches feeling almost spring-like before winter returns. Snow is possible around the holidays, adding a festive touch to city streets and neighborhoods, and making for the perfect backdrop to seasonal celebrations. There's even a chance for a white Christmas, especially if a well-timed storm sweeps through, blanketing the region in fresh snow just in time for the holidays. As winter progresses, late February could bring a pattern change, with colder air and more active weather returning to the region. This could set the stage for a classic nor'easter, with a blast of cold and a powerful coastal storm in February or March, bringing heavy snow and strong winds to the mid-Atlantic. This setup is classic for big mid-Atlantic snowstorms, where cities like Baltimore and Philadelphia can see significant accumulations. Enjoy the mild spells while they last, but stay alert. Winter's biggest punch may come late, catching many off guard. Now, let's head south. In the Appalachians, the story shifts by elevation and latitude. The northern range will be colder than average, with frequent light snow. Good news for ski resorts. The southern Appalachians, including North Carolina and Tennessee, could see significant winter storms and heavy wet snow. Higher elevations should prepare for power outages from clinging snow. For the southeast, Georgia, Alabama, and South Carolina, expect average temps but above average precipitation, mostly as rain. Occasional cold snaps could bring rare wintry weather, especially in the mountains. Florida will be milder and wetter, with fewer damaging cold snaps. Keep your rain gear handy and watch for those rare southern snowflakes. In the southwest, Arizona, New Mexico, and Southern California, expect a wet winter with near-average temperatures. An active Pacific storm track will bring much-needed rain and heavy mountain snow, helping drought-stricken areas and boosting ski seasons. The wet pattern should be consistent, making it feel cooler and damper than usual. In Texas and the southern plains, brace for a volatile winter wetter than normal, with a greater threat of wintry precipitation. This region will be the battleground between Arctic air and Gulf moisture, leading to big temperature swings. The biggest concern: ice storms. Several significant icing events could cause dangerous travel and power outages. Be ready for anything from chilly rain to severe cold snaps and ice. Preparation is key for this unpredictable season. Now, how does the Almanac make these bold predictions? How does the Farmer's Almanac predict the weather so far ahead? It's all about a secret formula created in 1818 and known only to a select few. Unlike modern meteorologists, they don't use computer models or satellite data. Instead, they rely on solar activity, like sunspots, and lunar cycles, believing these influence Earth's weather patterns. The Almanac's method connects solar and lunar cycles to long-term trends in temperature and precipitation. They also factor in historical weather data and atmospheric patterns like the jet stream. It's a blend of astronomy, climatology, and tradition. While unconventional, this approach has been their hallmark for over 2 centuries. The mystery and tradition keep people coming back year after year. But what does science say about all this? Most meteorologists are skeptical of the Almanac's methods. After all, predicting the weather is a complex science, and the tools we use today are far more advanced than anything available when the Almanac was first published. While the Almanac relies on secret formulas and long-standing traditions, modern meteorologists depend on years of research, rigorous testing, and a deep understanding of atmospheric patterns. Modern science relies on computer models and real-time data, which are only reliable up to about 10 days out. These models use satellite imagery, radar, and thousands of data points from around the globe to create forecasts that are constantly updated. Even with all this technology, predicting the weather weeks or months in advance remains a huge challenge, and uncertainty grows the further out you look. There's no proven link between sunspots or lunar cycles and specific weather events, so take the Almanac's predictions with a grain of salt. While it's fascinating to think that cosmic forces might influence our daily weather, scientific studies have found no consistent evidence to support these claims. The atmosphere is influenced by countless variables, and no single factor can determine what the weather will do weeks from now. The Almanac claims high accuracy, but independent studies suggest it's closer to chance. In fact, when researchers have compared its long-range forecasts to actual weather outcomes, the results are often no better than flipping a coin. Still, the Almanac's bold predictions and colorful language have made it a beloved part of American culture for generations. Still, it's a fun tradition and a great conversation starter. Sharing predictions and debating whether the Almanac will get it right can bring people together, spark friendly arguments, and add a little excitement to the changing seasons. It's a reminder that weather, for all its unpredictability, is something we all experience together. For daily planning, trust your local meteorologists and the National Weather Service. These experts use the latest technology and up-to-the-minute data to keep you informed about what's really headed your way. Their forecasts are based on science, not folklore, and they're your best bet for staying safe and prepared. Think of the Almanac as the big-picture story, and your local forecast as the day-to-day details. The Almanac can give you a sense of what the season might bring, but for the specifics, like when to shovel the driveway or pack an umbrella, your local forecast is the tool you need. This year, the Almanac calls for a cold, snowy north, with predictions of frequent storms and below-average temperatures. If you live in these regions, you might want to get your snow shovels and winter boots ready. A wet and wild central and southern U.S. is also in the forecast, with the potential for heavy rains, thunderstorms, and even some flooding in vulnerable areas. It's a good idea to keep an eye on local alerts and be ready for changing conditions. And for the Southwest, a much-needed wet season could bring relief to drought-stricken areas, helping replenish water supplies and revive the landscape. Residents here may finally see some green after months of dry weather. Whether these predictions come true or not, the key is to be prepared. Stock up on essentials, check your emergency kits, and make sure your home and car are ready for whatever the season brings. Preparation is always the smartest move, no matter what the forecast says. Get your home and car ready, stay informed, and enjoy the season, whatever it brings. Embrace the traditions, but rely on science when it counts. Stay safe, stay curious, and make the most of winter surprises. That's the Winter Outlook. Now here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.